If your child is in Key Stage 1, 2, 3 or Key Stage 4 and they're doing okay right now in school, they're passing most tests, they're keeping up in class, but you've got this nagging feeling that something's just not quite right, you're probably onto something. Because children don't suddenly fall behind overnight. It happens quietly. Small gaps in maths, English or science go unnoticed. They stop putting their hand up in class, homework gets slower and confidence starts to dip. And one day you realize, hang on, when did this start becoming such a struggle? Here's the part most parents aren't told. There's one early warning sign that tells you those gaps have started forming. And once you know what it is, you can fix this before it turns into a much bigger problem. Hi, my name is Arif and I'm the founder of Aim High Tuition. Over the past 15 years, we've helped hundreds of students rebuild confidence in their core subjects such as maths, English and science. Keep watching and I'll explain how. Children don't struggle academically because they're lazy or not smart enough. They struggle because support is inconsistent and no one has the time to slow things down properly. Your child might be meeting expectations according to the school. Their teacher says they're doing fine, but as a parent, you can see what's really happening. Homework is becoming stressful, confidence starts to dip, test scores are beginning to slip. You hear things like, I'm just not good at this, or I don't get it. And here's the part most parents aren't told. Those small gaps in maths, English and science don't fix themselves. They compound over time and often get worse. This is because teachers rarely go back and cover material once the class has moved on. By the time GCSEs or A-levels arrive, confidence drops, stress rises, and parents are left wondering how things got so hard so quickly. I speak to parents every single week who tell me the same thing. We've tried tutoring before, but it didn't really stick. The child understood the work in the session, but homework was still a battle. Confidence didn't last, school grades didn't improve, and progress felt short-lived. Here's the issue most parents and families don't realize. Tutoring doesn't fail because the tutor is bad. It fails because it's fragmented. One tutor for maths, another tutor for English, and maybe science gets dealt with later. There's no continuity, no long-term plan, no structure. That's why we do things differently here at Aim High Tuition. We support children ages 5 to 16 in maths, English and science, all in one place, and focus on steady progress over time rather than quick fixes. We don't take a one-size-fits-all approach. We tailor classes to your child's actual ability so they get support that matches where they are, not where they're supposed to be. Our goal isn't a quick fix for one term. It's long-term support that actually builds confidence, strong skills, and real momentum across the school years in a way that families can actually stick with. We offer both online lessons and in-person tutoring from our center here in Oldham, whatever works best for your family. And the results speak for themselves. We had Ayan in year 6 who was avoiding maths homework and saying he just wasn't good at it. Within 4 months, he went from working below age expectations to consistently scoring above his class average. Now he puts up his hands in class and actually enjoys problem solving. And then we have Shanika, who's currently in year 11. She was predicted grades 4s and 5s in her core subjects when she came to us in year 10. Had almost given up. Within 8 months of structured weekly support, she moved from grade 4-5 to 6, and now she's aiming for 8s and 9s, and she believes she can actually get there.
In summary, with Aim High, all of my grades have increased.
Zach joined us in year 5, lacking confidence both in maths and English. Over 3 years of steady support, he built strong foundations and entered year 8 working comfortably above the expected level. Now he sees himself as a top set student, and instead of someone who struggles, he's someone who is thriving and is on the pathway to get some top GCSE results. Because when the support is consistent and it's built around the child, everything changes. Imagine what it feels like when homework in the evening or at the weekend isn't a battle anymore. Your child stops dreading school. They start saying, I get it, and meaning it. They raise their hands again in class. They walk into tests calmer. They stop seeing themselves as behind. And instead of feeling stressed out about GCSEs and class tests, they go into those years with foundations already built. That's what long-term structured support actually looks like. It doesn't just help your child cope. It helps them grow into the best versions of themselves that you know is in there. So if you want to help your child get proper support before the small gaps turn into big problems, click the button below and book in a call with me. On that call, we'll talk through where your child really is right now in maths, English and science, and we'll identify what's holding them back and where the gaps are forming, and see whether our cost-effective program is the right fit for your child and your family. So if you're tired of watching your capable child lose confidence in school, or you've tried tutoring before and it hasn't worked, click the button below and book in your call today. Let's get your child the support they need now before the small gaps turn into big problems later.